Those inside look like this. There's a flat pocket on this wall. These are padded. A handle right here. And we have them in multicam woodland, multicam black. Coyote fupas are finishing up. We've got a bunch of those coming through. We did some black cell phone pouches. These ones have belts. We do them PALs, and we also do them Velcro backed. More battery pull-out tray pouches. We have a lot of these, lots of options on them. These ones are Velcro backed, so you can use them in a bag, any of our Velcro run bags. And then Velcro adjustable holsters. We run these, it seems, almost every day we're running those. What's out here? Fupas, more Fupa parts and pieces, lots of that. New girl, we hired a new girl today. She's not sewing on work yet, but I'll bet she will be soon. Fupa XLs, black Fupas, Fupa danglers, gray Fupa danglers. These are padded night vision cases over here that are running. They look like this inside, flat pocket, Velcro, so you can put a card there for battery organization. These ones happen to be multicam black. A lot of stuff cut. What are these right here? These right here. Right here, another run of multicam black day packs. I do have up front, I have a few woodlands, and I've got multicam black red day packs available. These are all closed bags of different flavors. And then all of this, all of all that right there. We recorded question and answer today. Man, we recorded all the way up to lunch and then had lunch real quick and then went back out for another hour. So we did a reaction video that was, I think it was probably an hour-long video. We had just started moving stuff in the building here, and the first time a sewing machine was ever run in this building was right over here, and we did a reaction video from what this area looked like then and what this area looks like now. Looks like a disaster is what it looks like, but I pretty much for the most part know where everything is. So Homestead, what up? Multicam black red thread tape, they're nice, aren't they? Toy Town, what up? Joseph Frazier, Dana, what's going on? How are you? Mr. Greg, Tyler, what's up? Man, if the local PD don't start enforcing traffic laws, people are going to go vigilante and make matters into their own hands. I'm thoroughly convinced. Tyler, I don't know what the situation is. If it's on a just a normal surface road, like where houses are, put something out there that they run over that's going to slow them down, right? They have rigid foam speed bumps. Just put something out there. It'll fucking slow them down. Tommy, what's up? Easy K, Papa Mike, Landfill, Byron Roberts, what's up? Dano, how are you? Chewy, what's up? Time to build an addition. I have an addition. It's sitting. I have a steel building kit sitting out front on the ground on big cross braces, and this building here is 10,000 feet downstairs. That building is 5,000, and it goes on the front edge of this building, and it makes this building 15,000 square feet. It's sitting outside. It's been here. We just haven't erected it. We got to put in concrete and put it up. Mark, what's up, buddy? How are you? All right, guys. 42 of you on here, only 20 thumbs up. You guys need to hit that thumbs up. Don't want to hit the thumbs up, no problem. Don't got to do the free thing. Super chat me 10 bucks. 10 bucks or a free thing. I've been in this building, I don't know, 16 hours already today, moving. So we can have a conversation, but you guys got to type some shit out for that to happen. I have recorded hours of content already today, and I don't need to walk around this building and speak to myself. SRF class, how to build a building. Too many people here. Too many people. We fill up every bit of where we would be building. We will have vendors there. Man, my phone gets hot all the time around this time, and I don't know why. Everything's closed. All the apps are shut down. But my phone is just hot in my pocket. I've started, for this last week, I actually turn my phone off and set it, I don't know, 6-7 feet away from my bed. And I feel like I'm sleeping a lot better. So, I mean, I don't think that's all it is just like Bluetooth fucking on and Wi-Fi and all that shit. But maybe it's just coincidence. But powering the phone off and having it nowhere near the bed, I've really slept a lot deeper this week. Y'all see much E85? There is some E85 on the pump here. Cody has a car that was running the E85. Here's those Snap-ons. We were talking about these Snap-ons right here. We were talking about this on the podcast today. Snap-on ratchet straps. We bought these brand new. We had bought too much stuff, and we had all of these big cabinets and stuff. They come flat packed, right? So you got to put them together. We had all these cabinets and shit loaded on this trailer, and we didn't have enough tie downs. So we bought a bunch of sets of these Snap-on tie downs, and when we put them on, they all broke. Like the first time we used them, not like they broke through the load halfway home. They broke as we put them on at the store. Nickname in high school, Overton Windex. Better part of discretion is here. Gas went from 365 to 4. Yeah, I heard it went up. It goes up on Friday, goes up again on Saturday typically. I put diesel in the skid steer today, and we're just touching $5 a gallon. Chillin' next gun video is going to have Emo Jima Resonance right on. Discovered that Midway USA makes a case that holds 15 M4 mags or 12 AKs, and 4 of those fit perfectly in a kit bag. Cool, cool, cool. Made a silent disappearance here. My Mr. Stolen Valor here. Are they calling you Stolen Valor, Overton? Somebody was, there's a whole thread that I saw the other day about me and Scully and Stolen Valor. I'm mostly all ears. Check out Matthew Wood's book on herbal medicine. Cool. We're going to a apothecary class, a herbal medicine crafting class tomorrow. Did I see the ICBM test? No, it was like 3 or 4 days ago. Heard about it. I didn't pay any attention to it. Did you guys hear that Ukraine asked Starlink to extend the range? They had aircraft on the way, and they were trying to sink Russia's ships, all the Russian fleet, while it was in harbor. Elon Musk said, fuck no, we're not doing that. I am not participating in this war. And there is a huge, all the government is up in arms over Elon Musk not letting them use his satellites. That happened today, apparently. An apothecary would be a good friend to have for sure. Yes, because I said I learned something back in NAM, my lord. Yeah, and it's going to be a 12-year-old that tells fart jokes that's calling you Stolen Valor. Don Shipley thinks it's hilarious. Yeah. Would you ever entertain taking of your truck bed and replacing it with a flat bed for more versatility? So enlisted prepper, I have that on the Dodge. My 5.9 has a CM bed on it. Love it. I would totally do that on my Tundra. if Alucab made that, right? I know there's a company out of Australia that does a badass tray that has a full aluminum camper box that goes on it. They are very expensive. They're very expensive. UCIB CBM test, the USA did. I've already answered that question. I think it was you that asked it. And again, to answer the question, no, I did not see it. We did it 2 or 3 days ago. I heard about it. I have not paid any attention to it. Have you seen the 2 superstorms that are going to converge and supposed to decimate the entire east coast of the United States and Canada? Have you seen that? Are you aware? Tomorrow's new headline, Elon got Clinton. Yeah. Isaac Barrett, you got killer news, right on. They just hate him because he's African American. $289, $389. Where's our troll tonight? Where is the troll? How many accounts did we ban last night? 12? 12 guys got banned last night. Superstorms taking out the entire East Coast and Canada. Quite the show from Montana it'll be. Are you in Montana? Is that where you reside, Montana? Storms mean money unless we get washed away. Maybe it'll hit DC. Montana, right on, man. Good for you. I think we're going to pack up and move to Montana. We have some friends in Whitefish. God, Montana's fucking expensive now. Well, compared to what it was. So many Teslas in California, it's ridiculous. Have you been there? Fuck no, I don't go to California. Hell no. No, I don't go to slave states. They will enslave you. Man down. We still have a few of these remaining if you would like an Arid large tool bag. These are all handled boot bags for the Labor Day promos. These are all bags after shipping today. We boxed up all of these orders. These are a set of the new stickers that have come in. They're pretty cool. If the world goes to shit, at least you can have a Giraffe King documentary. Yeah. No kidding. Lost everything. Superstorm Sandy 2012. Man, they had everything spun up here, like everything here was getting wiped away from tornadoes. And I was, for the most part, at peace with it, right? Like, okay, if tomorrow everything's gone, it would suck for a little while. But the rebuilding would be very different. Like what we would do from there, it would be different than what, and I don't know, I can't give you details on what it would be, but it would be very different. Complaining about the heat up north on the news this morning. Meanwhile, in Texas, feels today like 124. We were pretty nice today. It was like 70 outside. Boarding low pro, I'm between 34, 36. Which belt compensates when I'm in a 34? I would just start with a 34, man. You're a 34 with the gun in your pants. Do you carry in the waist? In the waist every day. Buy and if you wear some of those pants or 34s when you're carrying, buy a 34. I moved from there 2 years ago to Utah, bought a house, best decision ever made, visit family, try not to go much. Right on. I've got some friends in Salt Lake, around Salt Lake. Yeah, Dano, I'm not concerned with it, bud. Not concerned. You know how you just have so much baggage when you move? We have another building full of shit that we moved here with that we've never even unpacked. And then when we moved from the lake house, we have all the shit from the lake house still sitting in another building too. Chase, what's up? As for sleeping, make sure there are no blue lights within sight range. Yeah, there's actually studies showing that any light at all, you could be completely asleep and they could shine a light on your foot and your brain waves will register that light has actually touched your body. Any light for that matter, but I do not have any blue light. There is one digital alarm clock that is red in the room that can be seen. That is the only light in the room. And by blue light, Tim, really, what he means is like screen light, you know, these things. SOE handmade in Montana gives the fizz. Been selling a few pieces of kit on eBay lately and noticed a few people in China and Chinese people are East Coast bidding on it. Never in past several years have the Chinese actually. I would suspect they're buying it to copy it. Maybe not. I mean, there is money in China. There are people in China that have money. And there's, you know, airsofters and gel splat guys and reenactment stuff, you know. Parent purple one. Hate to tell you, but my brain ain't that smart. I sometimes miss seeing stuff while I'm wide awake in broad daylight. No way it's sensing crap when I'm asleep. Chicken drones got PP1. The guineas. The guineas. We actually talked about PP1 today on the members only podcast. Anybody have good plans for the weekend? Anything good going on? Used to have a server rack in the corner of your bedroom. Took me a few weeks to figure out that was a bad idea. Test some radios, make a few videos about rain. Oh, range. range. That's cool, man. Your videos are good. Videos are good. Son's first birthday. Oh, Chase, right on. California just passed another law to tax ammo purchases for so-called guns and school safety. Leftist mentality. It's like they sit all day thinking about ways to make people's lives harder. But, well, that's because it's true. Can't eat a bunch of salsa. Guzman, what's up? Did you guys see that the governor of New Mexico just, I hereby decree no firearms. Did you hear that? There's a little more to it. But that is the rough gist of it. If you're in New Mexico, you should probably look and see what the fuck just happened a couple of hours ago. And if you're not, look into it if it interests you. Planning, estimating jobs all weekend. I'm a broke millionaire, so I have to strike. Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Going bee hunting for the bastards that got me again today. Mowing, find nest, make fire. Nice. Building a new prone rifle for myself. You mean like a precision, like a long-range precision rifle? Prone rifle, is that what we're calling them nowadays? Dean. We should resurrect the mystery orders. We actually have a mystery order out there that we still owe. We have tons and tons of shit for it. We need one item to ship them all out. Range were nice. I hereby decree you're retired early. Yeah, I don't know what happened to her. She had an accident. Kiddo softball, then charging wife's AC in the car. Right on. Right on. Man, this is a little dull tonight. I don't know where our boy's at. Mom probably found out. She's like, you better stop messing with those boys before you get a skinned knee. Slipped and fell in Obama's pond. Friends over for a party, cool. Anything I'd like to try to build in 23? No, I just kind of build shit. If I would like to do it, we've done it. I mean, I'm sure there's a list. Nothing comes to mind right now, though. Like, we're building everything we can build as it is. So we build low numbers and then move on to the next thing. The blue light from your blue painted roof? Yeah, exactly. Hunting Wyoming. So are you aware that Wyoming just deleted 12,000 hunting permits? Is that on your radar? Is it also on your radar that Fish and Game around the United States has been trapping animals and giving them mRNA vaccinations? So the animal that you might actually dispatch and eat might have mRNA vaccination. This is not me fear-mongering. This is not me, this is me just reporting what the federal government has put out. So if this is not on your radar, you might look into it. And Wyoming did just remove 12,000 permits. It was actually, I believe it was 48,000 permits, and then they just removed another 12,000 permits. That's no bullshit. Do I have a link to that? I do have a link to that info, actually. Yanasa Ventures, Yanasa TV, check him out. If you don't know who he is, you'll like his videos. He's not a doom and gloom or fear guy, and he has a lot of supporting evidence and links to everything that he talks about. Toy Town Trolls just got you 500,000 views. I'll take my chances not eating beef. Hello from Birmingham. Richard, right on. Birmingham, like England, or Birmingham, Alabama? Our vet said they are trying to push new vax on our cattle. Yes, they are. Heavily trying to. Going to be a radio hero by... Right on. Are you taking 0 to hero? Trolls wind me up. What a massive waste of energy. It amuses me. Police chief and... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Small bore prone rifle. Is that like a 175 or something? Alabama, the promised land. Right? 8 days, and they still haven't captured the escapee from Pennsylvania prison. And the guy can't even speak English. Well, he'll fit right in. 0 to hero. Nice. Nice. Good for you. I didn't realize that Evan was in Ohio. Maybe the Amish got him. What was he in prison for? Fine. Computer froze trying to rewind about New Mexico. New Mexico. Tim Pool did a piece on it tonight. You could watch the first 5 minutes and hear him talk about it. Brandon Herrera was on there. He's running for congressman. I'm sure you know who he is. He is the AK guy. And they both spoke about it. It actually happened as they were sitting there about to go live. The information came across. Concerned enough about the deer around here mowing down GMO soybeans, and the hunters around feed them GMO corn on timer. Don't need to worry about vaccinated jerky. Murder, maybe one of those Pennsylvania black bears got him. If you picked up hitchhiker, prison, escape, what would you do? Do I know he's on the run? Aliens from space got him. What the back of the small utility pouch? It's pals. It's pals. Stabbed a girl 38 times till she bled out. Did he know that girl? Or was this like a Muslim thing? White girl. What was the deal with it? Because it was a black guy, right? From another country. The video, I think I just saw like a security video of him, security camera. Can you see that even though it's black? Yeah, you can see it. That's what's on there. It was his girlfriend, got it. Lime helps decomposition of organic material. Yes, it does. You can also put it in your manure under your rabbit cages if need be, and you can spread it. I mean, a very small amount of it, a fine powder, and it'll in the flies. Frisella today said Dims are going to run Big Mike. Yep, I listened to it this morning. When they were talking about him off in Joan Rivers. Small issue with fanny pack received. Sent an email, already been resolved. Then why the fuck are we putting it up here? Like, if it's been resolved, why are we fucking posting it? Because your fanny pack didn't have a buckle? I was at Home Depot. Young lady fell over unconscious next to the paint department. Home Depot staff, super helpful, got her up and sitting in a chair. I asked her if she was pregnant, recently vaccinated, and she looked at me and threw up in a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket. She's not going to carry that baby to term if she's vaccinated. What the fuck is wrong with New Mexico? Aren't they conservative? Apparently not, man. They did some pretty tyrannical shit during the COVID shit, too. Outdoor with the Morgans YouTube channel publicly disclosed that their son was talking at 18 months old, got the MMR vax, and went full autistic nonverbal. A ton of them do, buddy. A fucking ton of them do. They can detox the heavy metals from him. Thankful for excellent support. Just saying thanks. Right on. Battle Chemist, what's up? What percentage of A1 you think we're talking with? What percentage of A1? I don't know what that means. Could have been blood sugar issues if he had developed gestational diabetes. Outdoor with the Morgans. Yeah, I like that channel. I watch it. Can't let Big Mike's secret out. Well, Obama will come out as gay, and they'll say that she's a he, and they've lived in oppression all their lives, and they want to just be free and make him her president. Somebody, you know what people point out? Like even Donald Trump Jr. said, okay, if she's not a dude, surely there's some pictures over the 9 months several times where she's been pregnant, right? Where's the pictures of Big Mike pregnant? Because it's something so easy that you could put out there and diffuse this whole thing. But they ignore it and don't diffuse it because it's true. Chitosan is used for quick clot also. Yeah, chitosan's in quick clot. It's from shellfish. Thoughts about RFK Jr.? I don't know. He's saying good things. He's talking about even leaving the Democratic Party. He's still a fucking politician. Where are Obama's children? Yeah, more like who did they get the children from? Frisella called it tinfoil hat, but damn, that scenario makes a lot of sense. I didn't hear him say that. I listened to that this morning. He said he runs around naked sometimes with a tinfoil hat. He said tinfoil hat, but he didn't say that was tinfoil hat. I'm pretty sure I listened to that twice even. The children were not abducted. Burn up in Maui, yeah. New Mexico has been overrun with old hippie liberals. It's a trip, right? So an 11-year-old kid was shot and killed. I don't know whether the person shot the kid or the bullet got the kid. I don't know the situation, right? But I would say there's a 99% chance whoever fired the bullet, it was not in self-defense, probably not an accident, right? It was firing at somebody else or shooting. What I'm saying is the shooter was probably a known criminal, a known violent criminal. So telling people that they can't carry guns, you're going to see, most likely this will be overturned. Most likely the law enforcement or somebody's going to come out and say, we're not enforcing this. You can't do this. But if let's say it stays in place for a week, you're going to see the crime rates go up. You're going to, all that's going to do is make people defending themselves more of an issue. What Russia's doing to Ukraine, we should do in Mexico. We should do it in Canada. Literally happens every month here in Birmingham, Alabama. Our governor doesn't ban guns. The head case, mayor tries though, yeah. RFK went on about, I will get rid of assault weapons if I could snap my fingers and have it done, but it's not realistic. And said he supported the Second Amendment. Total politician, yeah. RFK Jr. wanted climate deniers arrested back in the day. Yeah, yeah. Mexico, Cuba first. I remember when I went to Subway and one of the workers literally had a seizure and we had to call the paramedics. Then 15 to 20 minutes later, an Uber driver came in to pick up an order and I don't know why I don't see the rest of that comment. And the manager said that her worker had a seizure and the Uber driver was pissed about the order because it wasn't ready. I was like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? This new generation is making my brain sad. Not worried about the worker. Well, people aren't worried about other people. They're not. If the AR had a different name, would you still call it assault rifle? Damn AR Stoner. Yeah, they would, because everybody calls them assault rifles. When they say assault rifle, they don't mean AR-15. When people see any black military-looking sporting gun, they automatically call it assault rifle. If you polled people, liberal retards, if you polled crazy liberals, and you showed them an AR-15 and you showed them a Mini 14, 95% of the time people would ban the AR-15 and 7% of the time they would ban the Mini 14. Sean and Bear are up at 4. The reason you get up at 4 got to be the potential raid. Yeah, I mean they've been raiding people at 6 a.m. lately. K98, yep. That's why you have a Mini 14. Unfortunately, go try to get parts for your Mini 14, right? Try to get another bolt assembly, try to get a firing pin, try to get a trigger pack for your Mini 14. Things might have changed, but we had some deputy sheriffs using Mini 14s, and they needed some parts, and Ruger would not send them to our gunsmiths. We had to take the rifles from the gun shop, right? Because the sheriffs came in to the gun shop I worked at, and those guns had to be sent to Ruger. Ruger wouldn't send the parts. I banned my Mini 14 from my safe and got an AR. Don't have a Liberty safe. Yeah, well, Liberty safe. The CEO of Liberty is a Democrat. The real question is who first of all, Liberty Safe doesn't make that fucking digital keypad assembly. I guarantee they don't. How many other companies have that option where they can just have a master code, right? There is a gun safe company that came out. I believe Tim Pool spoke about it tonight. And they said, hey, we're a veteran-owned, God-loving, God-fearing American company. We don't keep records of any of our sales. We don't keep records. He said, in fact, I would rather go to prison than give up the information on one of my customers. Got your CC in New York. Oh, concealed carry 10 years ago. Now, anyone last year has an entire ridiculous process to renew it. Liberty is not the only one with the master code. No, I would think a ton of them do. I would think tons of them do. Best thing I learned this year is I'm a proud owner of an assault pistol. Fort Knox. There are assault rifles. They are for killing people. Bad. Yeah. Well, the whole NRA bullshit and the whole Second Amendment advocates' rights groups, right? Those guns aren't for hunting. They're not for sporting. They were for tyrannical governments. That's what the Second Amendment was written for. Sometimes the tree of liberty has to be watered with the bloods of tyrants and, right? You know that, right? It was for removing politicians who stayed too long. Yeah, Canon has an electronic keypad. You'll be hard pressed to go to a box store and find one that doesn't have a electronic keypad. I was attempting to make a joke to reduce the high stress situation. She was 10% responsive. Her breath had no odor. Fairly sure it wasn't blushing issue. Must be good friends with the state trooper. I don't even see easy. I'm in North Syracuse. Either way, still better than a destroyed safe. I'm not sure what you're saying there. If you don't offer them the code and they destroy the safe, it's highly possible whatever they were after wasn't admissible. I see a lot of major YouTube channels talking about this. I was surprised when Tim Pool was talking about it. He said, friend of the Hodge twins. He didn't have the information that this dude was at January 6th, is why they went after this cat. He was a January 6th guy. Now, the guy who safe was opened, he did say that they did not remove anything from the safe. I did hear that also. I heard that, I don't know, a week ago. Like this didn't just happen. They're talking about it on Friday. I'm pretty sure this shit happened on like Monday or Tuesday. What do we make in this room? We make nylon tactical gear. All these sewing machines right here. We build all of this stuff right here. Let me walk up front. Kind of where the showroom kind of is. Let me show you. we take all the raw goods and Velcro and webbing, we cut it up in this building, we sew it in this building, and we ship it from this building. I started this company 35 years ago, and we build all of this stuff. We do a lot of lifestyle gear, medical gear that holds medical equipment, bags, backpacks, tool bags, fanny packs, chest rigs. And most of the bags are all Velcroed lined. So we have probably 50 different items that you can slap in place to organize and secure the load how you wish it to be kept. Do I make an AR-15 drum pouch? So I'm not sure what an AR-15 drum specifically is, but I do make a spent mag pouch right here in a couple different versions that holds a 200 round saw drum, a belt fed, 249. It holds that. So it would hold like a Beta C mag, it would hold stuff like that. Have an old save, need to move to my home. Concrete filled steel, real mechanism lock, crazy combo. What's the best way to move it? On dowels, on wooden dowels or golf balls. And then you can just roll it wherever you want it. You can also roll it on PVC pipe. New Mexico governor said her oath to the Constitution is not absolute. Right after Albuquerque banned carrying guns for a month. I told you guys. Like this happened tonight. This went public at about 7 o'clock. Buy an old safe. Browning 20. Yeah, or bank safe. There's some big heavy safes out there. Waited years to apply in New York thinking it was impossible, but really took like 3 hours. Tim, I'm from here, asked to be in Fort Drum. I like it. New York isn't what most people think. If the keypad doesn't have a battery, can you lock with the combo lock tumbler? Yes, you can. But the combo lock tumbler will not match the digital code. When you buy those safes, the default code on the safe is 123456. So if you go to Tractor Supply and type that in, almost all of those safes will open unless an employee has changed it. Then once it's open, you can put your own combination in there very easily. Now I don't know about the Liberty. The safes we have can be opened without the battery. There is a you pull that off, and there is a manual spin inside there. Richard Coos, what's that, man? Because that's always the question, right? If there's an EMP, how do you open the gun safe? Are you prepping for civil unrest? No, I just prep to be prepped, right? Like, I live on a homestead. I'm on 10 acres of property in a very small town. We have, several gardens. I have sheep. I have probably 100 rabbits right now. I have over 200 chickens right now. We produce eggs. We're just kind of self-sufficient. What color is the large tool bag? Those are arid. Those are coyote. Flat dark earth's not a thing. Flat dark earth is some bullshit that Magpul came up with. That's coyote brown. There's a Pantone scale. when they came up with flat dark earth, we start calling all of our stuff scorched black earth, and it was really black, right? We have coyote. It's this color here. And I have large tool bags right there in coyote, and I have arid large tool bags. Did we get a bunch of red and yellow material? No, we got red and yellow material, not a bunch of it. We got a roll of each in. We got a roll of orange too. So we've been ripping out all that stuff. Like, we haven't made any of that shit in a long time. So we ran all of the open orders on it because we're starting to lock that down. A lot of stuff you can order and then we'll run it. But as we run things that are not as common, we lock them up, which means you won't ever see them again unless somebody asks for them. We are full-time busy just running the normal meat and potatoes. So when you want something right now, while you can order things that we don't have, they will get built and shipped to you. But once they're locked down, they will cost a lot more once we lock them down because we won't do large batches of them. Color code for coyote is 498. 498 is coyote brown. For example, tan 499. Now, tan 499 looks like is the sand color in the desert BDUs. It's a terrible color. It's super bright. Honey pot safe, proper cache in the yard. Are you fully staffed? No, we're never been fully staffed. I own 52 sewing machines. I've never seen 20 of them run since we moved to Tennessee. Now, we live in a very small town also. I moved here to work with 3 people, grow a garden, have some animals, and just live a different type of life than I did in San Diego. We did scale and got larger, but I would have to move to run a larger staff, and I don't care to move. Hate the word prepper. I've adopted yours. Self-reliance. I don't think it matters. Use what people understand, right? Survivalist. That's what we called it. It was survivalist. After Red Dawn and Rambo and Nostradamus on the Discovery Channel, survivalist. Then the government co-opted survivalist, and it was basically akin to what white supremacist has become and racist, right? It's all the same thing now. The government took the word that was benign or even wholesome and made it evil. So then it became prepper, and Doomsday Prepper fucked that up for everybody, right? I knew guys that were on the Doomsday Prepper show. I was there when they filmed Doomsday Prepper here in Camden, Tennessee for 2 days, and we're in my personal shop up the road for 6 hours. And that loony bitch that was the director, she hated guns. She kept trying to get James to say things, and he said, not only am I not going to say that sentence, I'm not going to say the word so that you can't cut it all together and make it look like I said something I didn't say. Because they did that to a lot of people. They twisted people's words and cut their conversations together to make them say things out of context. They wanted James to say, when doomsday comes, me and my militia is going to take over the town. And he said, there's no fucking way I'm saying that. I'm not even going to give you a soundbite of me saying the word. So prepper became synonymous with retards and dipshits because mainstream television turned it into that, right? Homesteader is a pretty good word, right? Because the ultimate goal of all of those guys, whether they know it or not, the ultimate destination for a survivalist or a prepper, as you mature, as you have a family, and then you have a generation of people coming from you, you have a lineage. As we get older and more responsible, it becomes a homestead, right? That lifestyle or that collection or those skills, you become a homesteader. What's the ultimate rebellion, right? To be self-sufficient, to not need the systems. Buy you a piece. We talked about that on our private podcast today. The ultimate goal is to buy several hundred acres together and then have your border with several hundred other like-minded people And then just have multi-generations living on your property, right? We take our elderly people now and we lock them in warehouses and we let them die alone. Whereas if you had your children living on your property and your parents living on your property, and then your kids have grandkids, right? And I'm not saying all live in the same house. I'm saying have a property with multiple homes on the location, and you have multiple generations. As the young children come, the grandparents who can't work the crops or work the field or produce like they used to, the knowledge is still there. They have the ways things used to be in the prior generations. Like my grandmother could have told you about the Great Depression, that kind of stuff, that knowledge. Things that the FDA tells you will harm you, you come to find out was actually a medication that was readily available to people that you could grow in the garden, right? Stuff like that. So your children can produce and labor because they don't have to watch the kids all the time because the grandparents are there. That's a homestead. It can look a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to fit a certain mold. Live on 2 acres northern Michigan, right on. Amish have a few things right. I think Amish have a lot of shit right. I think that we should leave the fucking Amish alone and stop raiding them with machine guns, right? There's never a problem. If you want to grow cows and butcher it and pack the meat up, you can stand out on a busy intersection downtown and give all the meat away you want. Nobody says shit to you. They only come and harass you when you try to make a living with it, when you sell the meat. They don't care one bit if you fucking process chickens and give away raw chicken meat to all your friends. Nobody fucking cares. It's only when money's involved do they come and ruin and destroy your life. Absolutely not. Quit job, stayed up overnight for over a year with grandfather to keep him safe while he had dementia. I'll never understand families dumping elderly. What we talked about today, like that graveyard needs to be on your property, right? You need property, your homestead, your graveyard, your children need to be able to go and talk to grandma. You need to be able to take them and show them where the prior generation lays to rest, right? There's a lot to it. Yours doesn't have to look like mine. That's the beauty of it. When I just said your grandparents should be laid to rest on your property, somebody just sprung up and probably had an issue in their head, right? The beauty of it is, I don't give a shit what you do. I don't care what you do. So why do people care what I do? Many orders of Amish with wildly different rules. Yeah, they're all over they're all over the world too. Money or optics. They want you to do well, but never than them. My grandmother taught me to sew at age 7. Yep. Share a super secret with you all. Mount a small safe behind your large safe. When you get raided, even the FBI is too stupid to figure out. Except yours. They're going to know about yours now. Yeah, floor safes are great. Hidden safes. People are inherently lazy. Borderline a survivalist. Good for you, man. And I mean that in all reality. Good for you, man. That's awesome. I remember Yeager talking about Doomsday Prepper. Yeah, we filmed it. The chick who hated guns, she was a cunt too. We were wired up, and she was saying some shitty shit, and I said, "Man, this chick's a fucking cunt." We were standing right at one of these tables, and Yeager goes, "You're wired for sound." She was running around my shop with her shoes off, and she came flying around, and her socks slid on the floor, and her finger caught in one of these bars. And when it snapped the bone in her finger, I could feel it in my body when she broke her finger. Do I invest in markets? I do not. I do not invest in markets. Framed home beside Amish Cruise. Bet beside Amish Cruise. had nail gun, cordless saws, and all their plug-in stuff wired to 220 with a box. Yeah, they have somebody drive them around. They have different rules. And as the generations change, they become a little more lax. And that's not everywhere. That's some places. SRF ready to rock and roll. No, but it will be. I think we got 6 weeks till SRF. It'll be ready. Why didn't they air that? We don't really know why they didn't air it. They filmed on our location with 3 cameras, and they had 2 different sound crews. They had more people here, and they stayed longer at our location than anywhere else they had filmed, and they didn't ever air it. When I was a kid, I went to a friend's farm where Grandpa played the fiddle for entertainment after dinner upstate New York. Yeah, and would read books and tell stories, right? History. History is his story. So tell it how you want it told in the future. Daniel Boone had a DeWalt drill and Bic lighter. He would have carried it. Yeah, for sure. Mennonites are way cooler than Amish. We have Amish around here. Remember for 2 months, Mark, right on. Yeah, she broke her finger. You could feel, I felt it in my body when the bone broke. Do you have a CB radio? I do have some CB radios. They're not hooked up. I'm really good about collecting things. I have a lot of things. I have a lot of radios, and none of them talk to each other. I have a lot of stuff. I'll buy things that we need. Here, I explained this today on the Members Only podcast. I buy things I need, and typically we come in here on the weekend, and it's time to do a live, right? We'll get back here from somewhere at 10 o'clock at night, and I'll do a live. So all my shit gets put everywhere like it is right now. And then we come back on Sunday and do the same thing, and all my shit gets put everywhere. And then people come in here to work, and they're like, oh, John's shit's everywhere. And they'll take it and put it in my workspace, which looks like this. And then more stuff gets put on top, and more stuff gets put on top, and eventually it teeters over and falls. And then I pick it up and make a little pathway through here. And then I'll go to need something. I'll look for something, and I won't immediately find it. I'll look for about 15 minutes, and I'm like, my time is too expensive to look for this thing. I don't have to immediately have it, so I will just order more on Amazon. These 5x7 Right in the Reins, for instance. I have probably a dozen of them, someplace within arm's reach here. But it's faster for me to just buy another package and put them in the thing I need to use for photos. A lot of people on CB radio, right on. Khaki is what comes out of Coyote. Yeah, we had Coyote for a long time. And people are like, is it Coyote or Coyote Brown? I'm like, here's the real answer. It doesn't fucking matter, because if you're going to use your gear, it's all going to be the same color. There ain't a fucking part, there's not 3 parts on a SCAR rifle that color match tan. So I don't, and I really tell people, I'm like, if we have to have this conversation, I'm probably not the company for you. I don't try. I have no problem just not having that person as a client. I don't need them. I sell everything we make. I'm not out hunting for customers. Our customer base is so large that our customers tell other customers. I don't run any paid ads anywhere. I don't do any advertising. I'm not out doing other people's podcasts. We just do our own thing. I have enough business. So I'm to the point where I only deal with easy customers. Pink spray is what comes out of Coyotes, your negative. Is the OD war bag on the gear? Yeah, I saw your email this morning. Yeah, I'll sell it to you. Send me an email, so when I get in bed tonight, I'll reply to it. I have a 4 mag right there. And then Wrangler Star comes and fucks things up. The dudes, like, I'll get, every couple days, I'll get a little, pissy email. And Amanda's like, you know where that's coming from. I'm like, of course I know where it's coming from. It's all right. When a dude starts an email out and he's pissed off, I'm like, hey, no worries, man. Your wait is over. And I actually, when they do that, I look to see how many emails they've sent. And there's usually multiples. And what they never send an email with the confirmation email. So I'm like, hey, when you ordered, our system auto-generated an email to you. Find that email and reply with that. And then they reply with it. And I'm saying, you see right there where it says 8 to 12 weeks? Your order's 10 days old. As soon as we have this thing, we will ship it to you. And lately it's been black fupas. We just made black danglers. Black fupas are sitting out there in a batch cut, ready to be sewn right now. And I'm like, hey, I don't have black fupas, but I do have multicam black or woodland that I can send you today. And they never reply. And then a couple days later, the dudes send the same fucking email, and it escalates and gets a little shittier. So I just say, hey, I don't have what you need. I have refunded your money. And then they really get irate. They lose it. And a lot of them will actually reorder under another name. Same address. All my Woodland Coyote Digital OD Green and Black must. Multicam all has the same color mud. That's it exactly, man. All about the fizz. Got people complaining about a scuff on the UV5R directly to Wrangler Star. A scuff on a new radio, or a scuff like hell, man. I don't even know what to say. I've watched Evan open those things. I've watched him turn them on. The whole first batch of radios from the Wrangler Star program was shipped from my shop. My wife shipped every one of those radios. That first batch, my wife shipped every one of those radios right here. Evan sat over there and put them all in the packages. And for about, I don't know what the real number is, but something roughly around every 20 of those radios, there's 2 or 3 that don't even, they're blemishes. There's something wrong with them. The antennas don't thread in. They have a pixel burnout. So I'd say for every 20, Evan puts 3 of them in the trash can. It's a scuff, yeah. Can you show the handled boot bag? Buddy, it looks just like the small clothes bag. It looks just like any of these boot bags. It just has a handle on it. And yes, I'll show them to you. I showed them earlier. Those are handled boot bags right there. These are all handled boot bags right here. But it doesn't matter because you can't order one. They're coming free with the promos. At least I don't think you can. I don't think we have them on the website anywhere to order. What people expect for a $30 rate, yeah. Chirp is super easy. They should learn to use the radio instead of bitching. Kirby, how are you, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. Strip club had all you can eat buffet bar. Received my spent mag modular woodland. Oh, they're nice. Yeah, super nice. I've got a couple left still. A couple remaining. The scuff should be on everything you own. Yeah, I have scuffs on my brand new trucks. We drove through a bunch of trees the other day. Took your last order 3 days to arrive, yeah. Multicam black, since that's what you said you had yesterday. Bang, bang, bang. Did your order ship, buddy? Your multicam black order, did it ship yet? What was it? The coupon code videos, yeah. Do you keep bees? So I don't have any bees. I went to a beekeeping class a couple weeks ago. My neighbor, which is, I don't know, 1,000 yards that way, she has bees, and her bees actually ended up on our property. For the last 3 years, there was no honeybees here. And she got bees last year, and now we do see honeybees here. Amanda, I'm here every night. Just been busy out running. Good for you, man. Get the split screen going. Do I like beer? Nope, I don't drink any beer, man. Freebies are the best, yeah. The Diamond Cabaret Denver has phenomenal catered lunch. Just ordered some legit DNC 500 digital Cordura. Oh, Desert Night Camo. Where'd you order it from, Preston? That's not coming from the print on demand places, right? So it's not like white on the other side, right? Just ordered earlier today. Not sure about shipping. Black multicam FUPA 2 mag Velcro card. So if it's shipped, you will have had an email. And if there's ever a question, you can always log into your account and see it. I do feel like I boxed an order like that. But if you used a code, well, no, we shipped a lot of orders that had codes today. Multicam black FUPA. I feel like I boxed that up. I feel like it shipped. These are all orders that have the free bags in them. But I mean, it's chances are we had multiple orders like that today. Just know you said black multicam was in stock yesterday, so that's what you got right on. So you ordered it today, not last night. Had you ordered it last night, at 5 o'clock this morning, all of the orders printed out, and we boxed up most of those. Most of that shipped. Camo Fabric Depot. Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, Camo Fabric Depot is actually Scott's Manufacturing. They they printed out all of the ATAX materials. Yeah, good quality stuff, man. Chris Watkins, what's up, buddy? FCC won't let me be requires a GMRS radio license as a way to regulate frequencies that they used two-way radio devices. Before opening a GMRS radio, a customer must have a valid license. Allowed versus able. And you got the DNC from Rocky Woods. Roger that. What'd you order from Camouflage Depot then? Beekeeping can be a controversial as fuck. People get pissed when you don't treat your bees with pesticides. Fuck them. Fuck them. Own enough property that they don't know what you're fucking doing on your property. And I know I say that, and some dude's like, I can't do that. I get it, man, but it's life choices, right? Work the skin off of your knuckles. Work 16-hour days, 7 days a week until you're 30 years old, and then you won't have to do that shit as much. You and 5, 6 of your friends. You don't go get an apartment or whatever. You don't have a relationship, right? You got a chick when you're young and she'll live with you in those situations, then you're a whole lot more apt to stay together when the situation is better, right? You don't go buy a new car. You buy a vehicle that gets you to and from work, not a new car. You buy the vehicle that gets you to and from, and the only fucking place you go is to work. And if you do that, and you put all that time and money in, you will be able to have the things that you dream about by the time you're 30 years old. Start your business, put all of your money into your business for 3 years. You don't do shit other than business for 3 years. You want a relationship? Then she's in your business helping you, and you guys leave the shop on Friday at 8 o'clock. You go get some dinner, see a movie, you go back to the shop. Put yourself in a situation even where you could just live in the same place your shop is. Put all your money into the business. If you do that and everything you do is nothing but business for 3 years, the first 3 years, it's the difference between making $1 million a year and never seeing $100,000 a year. It's just putting all the money back into the business. Baofeng is programmed for 2-meter amateur GMRS and MERS. Yes, it is. Actually, it's illegal. We're well aware of it, PH. Where the fuck have you been that you're even posting this shit here? We know. We know. Are you a sad ham? Okay, maybe that's not what he said. Actually, it's illegal, no matter what, to operate a CB 100-watt amp. But they sure work good, and everything on the channel. Yes, okay, so friendly fire there. Think everyone looking into acquiring a CB should take the basic ham radio license course. They are not as simple as some YouTube channels make it seem, and most wouldn't know how to use in real hit shows. Or just get a radio and start using your radio. You can still ping repeaters. The guys that own the repeaters are going to be fucking pissed. They're going to try to DX you, send the FCC. But you can still use it as simplex. You can also go to Ham Radio Study Guide. Just look up online ham radio study course, and you will find a bunch of different ones. You're going to take the test. It's going to take you about 10 minutes every night. You're going to take the test. It's either 3 or 4. I don't remember which it is. It's 3 or 4 questions. It's going to have 3 or 4 different pools of questions. Take the test whether you know the answer or not. Guess. It's going to show you the answers that you got wrong, and it's going to give you the correct answer. The next time you take the test, you're going to get that answer right. The test is going to tell you, hey, dipshit, you got 50%. You're never going to pass this test. Hey, you got 80%. You're doing better. Hey, you got 90%. Go take the test. You'll get your license, right? Do that for 30 days. Every night before you go to bed, take the Ham Radio Study Guide online. Within 30 days, you'll be able to pass the test, if you wish to do that. You just got to get hands-on with them. I learned how to program and troubleshoot. Use the Harris radios. We had not been used and are way better than the emitters. Yeah, and even the little pocket Sengars like the 119, the newer Foxtrot. And I mean, just saying that tells you that I haven't fucked with any of that stuff for 20 years. Maofang is programmed 2-meter. Yeah, Radio Made Easy does all of that. If you get a radio from Radio Made Easy, he programs all the frequencies to your zip code. So you'll get 4 Baofeng radios or 2 Baofeng radios, and he has stubby antennas too. So if you're using them on your property, it limits the range. So nobody's going to hear your shit other than you. Kind of. That's kind of how it works. Ship several multi-gun black Fupas. Some Brookwood Squadron laminate, 500 Cordura. Nice. Preston, do you know you can order from Brookwood? Are you aware of that? You can buy where Rocky Wood's getting it from. Bang bang. What do you ship, man? You said you ship every day. What do you ship? Definitely study ham radio stuff, but don't bother with the license unless you're really into it and want to do a lot of digital stuff. But what if you want to use a repeater? Definitely study ham radio. Didn't even know how to do the Julian date on my first deployment. Second one, basics, a commo guy on top of other tasks, right on. We went with the SEALs. They would go out and do comm shots. It was, well, we would go out climbing and rappelling and do radio shit in the same trip. Ignore ham fuds who will try to report you for operating without a license. We're past the point of happily doxing ourselves to fits. 12 gauge rigs. Yeah, I got multi-cam black 12 gauge rigs. Run a vape hip supply. Right on, man. Fucking that's a huge business right now. Huge business. All these motherfuckers in this town are like, we don't need another vape shop. I'm like, well, then you guys should probably stop buying vape stuff. And also, I can tell you're not a business owner. Because if you were a business owner, you would understand people are putting in Dollar Generals and vape shops because motherfuckers buy that stuff. Random on a few missions due to the IED threat, but not much contact other than that. Right on. Your own repeater, $400. Pretty good option. Yeah, and you can repeater to repeater too. We had a Motorola Visor radios, right? The Secret Service was running them. We did some rigs for the Secret Service. They had a 7-inch Tim LaFrance dual gas tube M16s, and before the M4s, and we made a rig that they had a grommet on the side of the retractable stock, and we made a rig that had a metal hook that this hung on. So when you brought it up from, it would carry under a jacket, vertical, and when you rocked it up, you could kind of shoot it from the hip, but it was a little above the hip. But once it was in horizontal position, you could lift it off and shoulder it, or deploy the stock and shoulder it. On the other side, it held two 20-round mags, and then it had a Visor radio upside down. And the Visor radios, we were playing with the Visor radios for a while, and they had suitcase repeaters for those. The Dollar General video is funny. Out near Bragg. Oh, right on. Baofeng, my Baofeng in Phoenix, Arizona, would pick up comms from repeaters all the way to Twin Cities. Right on. Are your sewing machines belt driven like speed lathes? I noticed they have some serious ass when they're running. So they're belt driven, and they have motors on them. So the motor is under the table, which has a pulley to the side. The pulley runs up to this belt, and it pulls this pulley here, which drives the drive shaft through the machine. And they have some serious torque to them. Ham radio is king for civilians in a city hit by natural disaster. Technically, don't need the license during the emergency, but FCC will come knocking because of snitches. Yeah, and the thing with having the license is you're going to be able to use the radio in every capacity. And typically guys who buy ham radios, they don't use the ham radio over the fear of not having the license. And if you operate that ham radio right, there's 12, 16 buttons on that thing, but there's 100 combinations of what those buttons do. So most dudes are not going to be as proficient. Take Radio Made Easy's class. He's going to have you completely proficient. He's going to tell you all the shit that the gatekeepers don't want you to know. Servo, yeah, I still have clutch motors on some of these machines, but every machine we have that comes in now has a servo motor on it. And we put new girls on the servo motors, and we have them turned down, and every week we just turn them up a notch. These motors will run and out-sew the machine. They will sew so fast that the needle literally melts the thread off of the machine. These motors, you can actually turn these motors up high enough that the machine can't keep up. Off designated road ticket, $60, caught once in 3 years. Oh yeah, man, we used to, our whole life during high school was to get out of school, go grab a dirt bike, go ride around in the canyon, go out far enough to the military property, and ride around and get the guys in the S10 trucks to chase us, get security to chase us. That's what we lived for. Recommendation for when I ante up the cash for an industrial. Oh yeah, Preston. Conso 206 or anything equivalent there, $1,200. If you can do $2,500, get one of the bigger Jukies, get a big bobbin machine. Way more machine. Way more forgiving, too. How would I go about sending you some of my custom machine EDC tools? I would like to get your opinions and any thoughts on improving them. Well, Lefty, you need to know, first of all, I collect $10,000 knives. I have a lot of collaborations with Strider, stuff like that. I have boxes and boxes of knives. I'm not saying don't send it. I'm saying let's start by hitting me up on Facebook or Instagram and just private message me or direct message me, and we'll start from there, right? Typically, guys send me stuff, and they want me to do a review on it or something. And a lot of guys send me stuff that it's just really not ready for the market, or it's not of my taste. It's not the stuff I like. Like what you see down here, I have offices upstairs that have all my personal stuff in it. And I have like Oakley cases full of, I have some Microtech knives, but I have a lot of Marfione, who is the owner of Microtech. I have a lot of his customs and stuff like that. We did Blade Show for years. So I don't know, I probably got $500,000 in knives. So let's start there, right? So that you're not sending me stuff and there's no hurt feelings or anything. The Bone Tactical guys, I've never seen any of his stuff. I've watched a few of his videos, but I've not seen any of his product. I would suspect he's just using a job shop and having it made. A sweet Microtech. I have one in my pocket right now, man. Depends what you want to do, right? The out the front knives are garbage. They're neat, but if you cut tape with it for a couple weeks, it'll gum up the action. And that out the front knife has a very small tang where it comes out of the front. You'll snap them if you use it for any. I want a robust knife that I can use for shit I shouldn't use it for. And this is a Microtech DOC. I have another one that has serrated teeth, and I carry it every day. I actually just took this off when I put on 2 watches. I took my normal one off and put my nicer watch in my pocket. So I have it on for doing the podcast today. But you won't go wrong with that knife. You can use it to dig with, you can use it to pry with, you can use it for all kinds of shit that you should never use a knife for. This is the one I carry every day. Never sharpened it, never maintained it. I cut rope, I cut wire cables with it, I cut all kinds of shit. This is a Marfione custom, and it's all machined carbon fiber. It's on bearings. That's PVD. It's got a tritium in the back, and it's got this little ball bearing deal here. Beautiful knife. He made 6 in this collection that year. I have all 6 of them. I don't know why this one ended up downstairs, but it is. Here is a DOC, which is these are collaborations with Strider and Microtech. This one is all carbon fiber, and this is more of a dress knife. I wish these were serrated, because I don't ever sharpen a knife, and I really like these knives because I can open and close them one-handed, and it's got the flipper on the back. I can just flip that open. I can open the Striders and stuff. I have hundreds of Striders, but Strider, I have to be more cognizant when I go to flip it. If my hands are grimy or wet, there's a chance that blade can flip out of my hand, right? So if I have somebody standing here, there's the possibility of them getting cut, whereas when I have the flipper, there's no way I'm letting go of that knife. Whereas with the Strider, I'm more cognizant of it, and I don't flip these knives. I kind of just walk them open. Wish I grabbed the auto DOC. I didn't even know they made an auto DOC. Just got a Battleship. Nice, I like this. I like the big fixed blade bush knives, right on. Microtech Borka collab. I have some Borka stuff. Microtech SOCOM Elites, right on. The knife has sights. Yeah, it's got tritium on it. If you want to get a field knife, full tang. Yeah, I've got a bunch of fixed blade big knives. Be back. Have to. John, you've inspired me to make a knife out of a Maglite. Oh, that's neat. I'm interested. Totally understand. Definitely reach out to you via Instagram. Yeah, I'd like to see your page, man. Let me check out your stuff. I got a knife floating around here. See what I'm talking about? There's a knife floating around here. It was on this table someplace in this room, on this table, from here to here. It's right here.
Maybe on the floor.
This is my friend Hank. owns Blackside Customs. This is all carbon fiber here, full tang. Love this little knife. That's Blowing Deadlines paint job on there. Our friend Mike painted that. Your collabs are a little unobtainium at the moment, but so wear Striders when I'm messing around with Spyderco. Dude, you don't have to buy one of mine. I always have something for sale to the right person at the right price. They're expensive. If you have to ask, then it's probably not for you. And I'm not addressing the man that just typed this out. Get you if you like the SOE collaborations, go get you any Strider SNG or SMF, right? Whether you want a bigger knife or a smaller knife, if you want something that folds, or one of the 50 fixed blades that they make. Just get in the Strider groups. Those things change hands secondhand a lot. Now, there are dudes that will go to go to like Blade Show and buy at table price of $1,000 and sell it an hour later for $2,000, right? They're in high demand. They're in very high demand. But there are knives out there that were, users, and guys, sell those off. What's the make of the folding saw? Oh, Silky Saws, man. Any saw by Silky Saw. Love them. Here's a Silky right here. I have one that's over 3 feet long. Let me open this up. Very positive lock. This was on my 4-wheeler for probably 3 months. Great product. I cannot say enough good about Silky Saws. And even these Fiskars, right? These Gerber folders. These are a damn good saw too, man. Any optics for AR on a pistol? We don't sell any optics at all. Get your Silky Professional black handle. Blue is too flimsy. Ah, I guess I have the right one. That's a black handle. Let's see. I have this too. I got this big old bastard. Silky Gomboy or Samurai. Yeah, the Silky Saws are great, guys. I remember years and years ago, worked 7-Eleven in San Marcos, Palomar College, and a customer mentioned Strider knives. Wish I had the cash. Yeah, we shared a shop for years, man. Strider knife. Just curious why YouTube pulled the Pulling the Thread 19. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know they did. You might not be aware. We have a membership. It's $10 a month. And we just recorded podcast episode 40 Wednesday. So there's actually 40 episodes of the podcast. So if you're seeing less than that, you're not a member. You're seeing, they come out, the private videos come out to the public about 90 days behind. What other cool tactical stuff? I don't know. The truth is, I don't know what else in there. One specific chain, I haven't been able to find it over 10. You can even look on my Facebook. I made posts about it a couple times looking for it. I had one of those too. I don't know what happened to it. They gave me one and they gave Jaeger one at the same time at Blade Show. 23 just went public. There we go. 39. Yeah, 39 got pulled. 39 we put up if you're on our Patreon. It's on a private server, and there is a link to it on Patreon. Our Patreon costs $5. We do a Patreon. We actually do a couple Patreon videos every week that only go to Patreon. and 19 might have been, one of them was pulled. They said medical. They never tell you why. I think Brandon Herrera was saying, I think it was him I heard saying that today. He's like, we have multiple channels, and they will never monetize us. They say one of your other channels broke guidelines. They'll never tell you which channel, and they'll never tell you what it was for. And they say that you're not ad friendly, right? So they won't give you monetization, but they still run ads in front of all your videos. They just don't give you the little bit of money for it. New cars are scam. Let someone else take the appreciation. All right, guys. I saw that Amanda just came through here, so I'm going to get off of here. And I got to get up in the morning. We're going to a herbal medicine apothecary class. So I'm going to jump off. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Good conversation. And I'll bet you that the dude you guys banned a dozen times last night, I'll bet he's here quietly listening. Brandon Herrera is linked up with Drinking Bros BRC. Brandon Herrera is part of the Off the Ranch crew. Bunker Branding does all his stuff. He's best friends with Donut Operator. That's his boy. They hang out a lot. And he's running for Congress. What are your thoughts on the election actually taking place? I don't think it'll happen. When I lived in Honduras, I would hire a guy to cut my grass for $5. He would use 2 machetes like a scissor. That's cool, man. We're going to have a scything workshop demonstration here during Self-Reliance Festival. I have several patches of grass that I have not mowed for 6 months, so we will have something to scythe. Just jumped on. Is the multicam padded night vision case you showed at the beginning of the live available purchase? I don't know where I showed it. I have one here. If you order it, it will not ship. I have multicam night vision cases cut right now. I have multicam black night vision cases being sewn. We had hearing protection cases that finished today in multicam black and woodland. If you need it to ship fast, don't order it. If we have to have a conversation about, I have to have this for my mission, don't order it. If you are positive you want one, order one. And as soon as we make the run of them, it'll ship. Might be a week, might be 2 weeks. Donut is in love with the cops. I watch Here's the Deal and, the First Amendment rights lawyer, and I watch all that shit, so. I've never bought a new vehicle off a car lot. I just can't. Josh, you were here when I bought my very first new truck I ever bought, and it was the Tacoma. I was very specific with what I wanted. I put an enormous down payment down on it. My payments on the truck were $500 a month. I prepaid all of the maintenance for 5 years. We traded that in for the 4Runner. Very pleased with the 4Runner. 2 weeks later, Amanda wanted to move some concrete, and I wasn't putting it in the 4Runner. She's like, you should have kept the Tacoma, which she didn't want anyways. So we went and bought a Tundra, and all 3 of those trucks were brand new from the lot. We have a very good relationship with that dealership. We only deal with the owner. Like when I buy a new truck, they have it there. We walk in, sign our name about 20 places. We're not even in the dealership for, 40 minutes. Very pleased with the Toyota products. I can't say anything negative about them. And I own every brand of truck there is. And I could have just about anything I want, probably. I've been pleased with the Toyotas. Why is the dude that looks like the donut operator with a thick booty and hips? I think it's a costume. Helping by staying out of your way. Prepping, cardio, up early, stack. Right on, man. Right on. All right, guys, I gotta pee. I'm out. I consult for a dealership for trucking companies. This is the way to do business. Amanda moves concrete 14 feet skeletons. Is there anything? No, Amanda will do whatever she wants. Mercedes 6x6. Overton. I know a guy that's got a Mercedes 6x6. He's out in Vegas. If you want to, he shoots a lot. I can put you with him. I would love to see you get a 6x6. I have a friend who is pretty high up in the Mercedes company. As far as sales go, I got a buddy that was a pretty high up maintenance guy, also service guy. If you decide, if you seriously want a 6x6, I can put you with somebody that can facilitate that for you probably next week. All right, guys, I'm out.